when soul loss occurs, we may be, or soul loss or fragmentation occurs, we may be constantly searching for something outside of ourselves. The searching may be prompted by a feeling that something's missing, something's wrong, something's off track, something's off course. We may have a feeling of being trapped or blocked or stuck or lost at a deep inner level. We just may feel or sense or intuit that something's wrong, or at some core deep part of ourselves that something's missing. You know, so we'll unconsciously try to fill the gap or the void with external people or possessions or food, etc. So basic symptoms of soul loss, and this is by no means limited to this list I'm going to give you, but it gives you an indication. Basic symptoms that indicate soul loss can include having a difficult time staying present in your body, you know, sometimes feeling you're outside of your body and observing it as if you were in a movie. Feeling you are in a weakened or dispirited condition, feeling numb, deadened, or apathetic, suffering from chronic depression. You might have trouble with your immune system or trouble resisting illness. I've been chronically ill as a child, have gaps in your memory, struggling with addictions around food, alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling. Finding yourself looking for external things to fill up the void, suffering from a sense of inner emptiness, having difficulty moving on with your life after a divorce or relationship breakup, having never quite got over the death of a loved one, anxiety, panic attacks, PSD. So by no means a comprehensive list, just giving you an indication that at some deep level, the soul is calling out for help. And the only way it can really do that is by calling our attention to it in the best way that it knows how. More often than not, we will ignore that. People will ignore that. Sometimes some of the common phrases we might hear a person say that indicate soul loss or trauma could be, I don't feel totally whole. I don't feel I'm all here. I've lost the intensity of life. I don't feel fully at home with myself. I feel dead inside. I feel the light's gone from my existence, or I feel numb. I feel like I'm sleepwalking through life. I've returned from major surgery and I don't feel I've come fully out of the anesthesia. I've had a serious accident and I still feel spaced out. I'm in an abusive relationship, but I feel too weak or powerless to move away. I left a relationship, or my partner left me, but I still feel part was left behind. Or everything seems pointless, or the joy's gone out of my life, or my life feels empty. I feel disconnected. I feel fragmented. I feel a sense of alienation. I feel a deep sense of depletion. I can't connect with my emotions or feelings. I feel alone, abandoned. So you'll soon get to recognize, those cries or calls for help that come from the soul. Throughout recorded history, there have always been individuals in all societies who've demonstrated an ability to heal in some way. They have been called healers, shaman, medicine men or women, holy men or women, wise men or wise women, cunning men. However, it was the legendary healer priests and healing priestesses who were the ones who took healing to an altogether different level, as they were highly skilled in the art of soul restoration. And these healing priests and priestesses belonged to the healing lineage of the House of the Bee, and they held the keys to true healing. And their knowledge of esoteric hypnosis and hypnotherapy and how to work with not just the human mind, but with the human soul and spirit for a healing outcome is unsurpassed. And it's this ancient healing knowledge on hypnosis and hypnotherapy that is at the heart of Hypnotique protocol esoteric hypnotherapy training. To the healer priests and priestesses of the House of the Bee who were highly trained in the art of soul work, the role of soul intercessor was the highest of offices. To act in the sacred role of a soul intercessor was to be a sacred guide to assist another to enter into the inner sanctum, which is the innermost part of a temple. So to enter the inner sanctum was to enter into one's holy place for the express purpose of seeking to restore order in one's house or temple by first restoring order at the level of soul. So the soul intercessor is a guide who is ready to assist the soul in the great work of putting itself back together again. To restore Maat, that's M-A-A-T, which is balance. You might have heard of the Egyptian goddess Maat, so that's to restore balance. So to assist the soul to make itself whole again, to move from a state of disorder or imbalance to one of balance. And these were the most sacred and secret teachings. Hypnotique protocol esoteric hypnotherapy training is created for healers, hypnotherapists, and those looking for groundbreaking, life-changing professional skills and an exciting, deeply fulfilling soul-centered career, working at the deepest levels of the human psyche, which is the human soul. So Hypnotique protocol esoteric hypnotherapy is a powerful soul-centered, soul-focused, and soul-based hypnotherapy modality. And it works, it is hypnotherapy for the body, mind, soul, and spirit. Clinical hypnotherapy, placing the client going into hypnosis and working with the alpha and theta brainwaves and placing positive suggestions into the mind. You'll learn why that's not effective or not enough if we want to work at a soul level and create deep and permanent transformation. So essentially, increased alpha and theta brainwaves do not mean the client has entered into the magical realm of soul and spirit. You'll learn how to take your clients into a healing space that transcends the limitations of the physical world. A place and space where deep soul healing can take place and anything is possible. In this place and space, you can help your clients break free of karmic bonds, old limiting patterns, blockages in consciousness, limiting beliefs, fears, and conditions that keep the soul stuck in negative, repetitive cycles and prevent the person from accessing their full power and reaching their full potential. Help them to be liberated from negative soul stories that they've carried around for many years and often for many lifetimes. You'll learn how to clear and release the burdens that are weighing down the soul. Yeah, I've been hampered all my life and I want to be free. Absolutely. The old soul stories, the old karma dramas that the soul is locked into, that it perpetuates and is crying, kind of screaming at some level to be liberated. And it can't do that by itself. That's what you'll discover. It needs help. It's always been that way. It's always been the soul went into sacred space, and those that were skilled in the sacred art of the soul intercessor and assisting a soul in that way were there to work with that soul and support that soul. So yeah, it's a timeless sacred art. And of course we live in a world where there really isn't there isn't any recognition of the value of soul. Everything is pretty much focused on external personality-based distractions. So, but increasingly as we move into the Aquarian age, there will be that awareness that holistic healing must involve the human soul and spirit, because without that, true healing cannot occur.